guys, how's it going? Edstar here, back with another video for the channel. Today I am reviewing my Premier League predictions from about 9 months ago. I got quite a couple of these wrong, I must admit. Yeah, I was, do you know what, I was doing these before the transfer window finished, and I can't believe how many of these I got wrong. I got a couple of them right, but a lot of them were like 6 or 7 places out. So I might need to bear that in mind next season. Let's start into my predictions. In 20th place, I put Aston Villa. First one that I've got wrong by quite some way. They actually finished 11th. At that time, hear me out before anybody ats me in the comments. I just thought Villa, second season syndrome. I thought it hit them pretty hard. I didn't think Grealish would have a great season again. Didn't think Watkins was a good signing, but obviously I'm absolutely 100% wrong. I mean, Grealish and Watkins have been the best players for Villa this season. So I'll hold my hands up with that one. I got that one completely wrong. And I will not be predicting Villa, in the future to finish quite as low as that. So yeah, 20th place I got wrong by 9 positions, and they actually finished 11th. So fair play to Villa, for proving most people wrong. In 19th place I had Brighton. Yeah, obvious reasons. I don't like them. It was probably a bit of a bitter prediction, bold prediction, but they did just enough to survive. There was a couple of times I thought they could easily be sneaking into the relegation fight, but if they had a proven goal scorer, they would do well every season. They had so many chances. The 5th highest expected goals in the league. If they had a striker to finish them chances, they would finish a lot higher up in the table. So I was 3 places wrong with Brighton. I predicted 19th, they finished 16th. So I wasn't too far wrong with that. So I'm quite happy with that. But in 18th place, I had Fulham, and they finished in 18th place. My first correct prediction of the video. I just had a feeling Fulham was going to be one of those teams that were just going to be down there all season. They put up a really good fight, to survive, but the last 10 games really killed them off. They just lost all hope, and unfortunately they went down. And Fulham are one of those teams that are like a yo-yo club. They come up, they come down, they come up, they come down. But unfortunately Fulham didn't survive. And I got that one completely right, and I'm glad I got that one right. In 17th place I had West Brom. They actually finished 19th and got relegated. This was the one that I was thinking one of the promoted sides would survive. Yeah, I got this one wrong, and I have to hold my hands up. I thought Slaven Bilic would do a decent job for West Brom, but let's face it, a lot of their team was championship quality at best. It's just not good enough for the Premier League, and yeah, they rightfully went down. And well, it's going to be tough for them next season to come straight back up. But in 16th place, I don't like this one. I put West Ham to finish 16th. I was very much wrong with this, and they actually finished 6th. They were closer to Europe, which was shocking. I could not believe how close West Ham were to the Champions League. I mean, Jesse Lingard's been an absolute revelation for West Ham. They need to be keeping him if they want to be, challenging again next season. Obviously, Declan Rice has done well in midfield for him. Antonio's been scoring the goals, for a quality team. And I think a lot of the people at the start of last season would have definitely predicted West Ham to finish, between 15th and 18th. So, yeah, I got that one wrong by 10 places. Fair play to West Ham. You did brilliantly. In 15th place, I put Leeds United. Again, another one I've got really badly wrong. Again, I predicted Leeds to finish 15th because I just had a feeling that their squad was a bit championship quality. I didn't think they had the step up in them, but again, I was horribly wrong with this. I know by like 6 positions I was out. They predicted to finish 15th, they finished 9th. So fair play to Leeds. Bielsa's a brilliant manager. He does his job absolutely brilliantly, and Dallas done very well for Leeds. And of course, I'm very surprised Bamford did very well for him. He got like 17 goals this season, which is brilliant for him. If only he produced that at Palace, look where we'd be. But no, fair play to Leeds. I got that one completely wrong, and again, that will be another team I will not be predicting so lowly next season. But we go into 14th place, and I picked Palace. I picked us to finish 14th, and we finished 14th. Another correct prediction. Yeah, again, I just had a feeling we had too much quality to go down. I mean, obviously the star of the show of our season, if I'm honest with you, such a shame to see him get injured. He was on the verge of an England call-up. That's how good he was for us this season, and people really need to start putting some respect on Eze's name, if I'm honest with you. Next season I might actually get a shirt with Eze on the back, because that's how important he is to me, and to this club. Very important player. Benteke did well. I'd give him a new contract, but we really need to get this manager situation sorted out. Roy Hodgson has officially left the club. He announced 2 games before the end of the season that he would be leaving. I did slightly cheer at that, but I thank Roy for everything he done. I'm not going to hold massive L's against him, but the last season obviously was not good enough, and we need a fresh face in, but we need that manager in very, very soon. Otherwise, next season we could be probably where, we could be 15th, we could be 16th, and I do not want to get dragged into a relegation fight. We've got far too much quality in our team to, get dragged into a relegation fight. But that's enough for me talking about Palace for now, because I'll be talking about Palace in a very separate video coming very soon, so make sure you're around for that. But in 13th place, I had Southampton. I was 2 places wrong. They actually finished 15th. So my second prediction that I've actually got wrong by 2 places. Southampton I thought were a very decent side. I thought they could have finished 13th, but they fell apart, halfway through the season. At one point they were 17th. And, Southampton have got a very decent team. Got Danny Ings, of course. He's the main man for Southampton. And, it's a very solid season for Southampton, but they'll want to climb up the table a bit further next season. In 12th place, I put Newcastle United, and they finished 12th. 3rd correct prediction. If you asked me on game week 30, they were 17th and really in a relegation fight. If you told me they'd finished 12th, I would have told you to fuck right off. I mean, they were so close to a relegation fight. But Joe Willock, what an impressive loan signing he's been from Arsenal. 7 goals on loan from Arsenal has practically saved them. So many important goals he's produced over the last month or two has really steadied the ship at Newcastle, and I don't think they'll be getting him back on loan next season. Steve Bruce is interested in him, so it's a big job for somebody else to do. But obviously Callum Wilson helped firing in the goals. Great signing from Is it from Bournemouth? I think it's from Bournemouth. Yeah, great signing there, and be interesting to see what happens next season at Newcastle. My 11th place team was Sheffield United, and I got this one completely wrong. I completely disregarded the fact of second season syndrome. If I had just swapped Aston Villa and Sheffield United around, I'd have got 2 correct predictions. Aston Villa finished 11th, I predicted 20th. And Sheffield United, I predicted 11th, finished 20th. So if I swap them two around, I'd have got good predictions. But Sheffield United were absolutely trash. Absolute rubbish. I mean, they didn't even get their first win till the end of January. And I'm predicting them to finish 11th. What a fucking muppet I was. It's going to be really tough for next season for Sheffield United. They've got Slavisa Jokanovic back in charge, but I can easily see Sheffield United struggling next season, if I'm honest with you, in the Championship. So let's see how they get on in the Championship. In 10th place, I put Burnley. I thought this was a very solid pick. Burnley normally do well under Sean Dyche. I got this one wrong by 7 places. They were actually the closest team to relegation. They actually finished 17th. I have to admit, I was shocked by that. A team of Burnley's calibre, with Chris Wood in, should be finishing a lot higher than 17th. I mean, it's really bizarre, looking at a team like Burnley. 17th place, you'd hope they'd finish a lot higher than that. And, well, I'm disappointed by it, but, hopefully they can bounce back next season. It looks like Sean Dyche will be leaving at some point, but we don't know. Hopefully he does. He does deserve a bit better than Burnley, if you ask me. But it is what it is. In 9th place, I had Everton. I just had a feeling that they were not going to be, up there in European football just yet, because their team is just not good enough. Obviously, Dominic Calvert-Lewin was the star of the show for Everton and Richarlison, but it's the defence that lets them down, and in particular, Jordan Pickford. He's such a shit keeper. How he's even been reckoned for England, I have no idea. And that's coming from a neutral England fan, He's just not good enough for, any sort of international football, never mind Everton. They finished 9th. I predicted 9th. They finished in 10th, so I was 1 place wrong with that. So I'll take that, I was predicting, a bold finish for them. So I was almost correct. In 8th place, I put Leicester City. They were actually just missed out on the Champions League. They finished 5th. Again, for the 2nd straight season, they missed out on Champions League football. And of course, tough round of fixtures at the end of the season for the FA Cup winners. Congratulations to Leicester for winning the FA Cup. But, I got that one completely wrong, and next season I probably will put them up there, for, Champions League football and that. In 7th place, I put Wolves, and I got this wrong by 6 places. They actually finished 13th. I can't believe they sacked Nuno Espirito Santo, though. I think that's a bit harsh. I'd given him another year. Why? What's the thinking behind the rash decision? He's got European football for you for the last season. You managed to make the quarterfinals, and you reward him by sacking him. I don't know about me, but let me know your thoughts in the comments below. But, I just have a feeling that's a bit harsh. And, well, obviously, they didn't produce when they needed to. And, they finished 13th, only a point ahead of us, sorry. And that's very disappointing for a team like Wolves. So I'm going into my top 6 now. In 6th place, I put Tottenham Hotspur. I was wrong by 1 place. They actually finished 7th. And not many people would have predicted Mourinho to get sacked, at Tottenham. Harry Kane, is he going? Is he staying? That's another dramatic situation unfolding. Are they going to get Mauricio Pochettino back? Hopefully not, because I think Pochettino does deserve better than Spurs, if I'm honest with you. And I'm sorry if that does hurt Spurs fans out there, but, and so does Harry Kane. He definitely deserves a lot better than Spurs as well. But let's see what happens. It's going to be an interesting summer for Tottenham. Can they, bring in a couple of players to bolster their forces? In 5th place, I put Arsenal. They were nowhere near 5th place. They actually finished in 8th behind Tottenham. I think they were like 10 points off the 5th place, which was ridiculous for a team like Arsenal. Somebody please explain to me how Mikel Arteta is still in charge of Arsenal now. I mean, he had a shocking season. At one point they were 15th and struggling to avoid relegation. Never mind finishing in the top half of the table. But he steadied the ship in the last couple of months. Unfortunately, he beat us in the last last 2 games of the season. I'll leave an eye in the top left-hand corner if you want to go watch my vlog of the game. But yeah, Arsenal finishing in 8th, not a good season for them. I would have predicted 5th all day long. They're a very good team. Okay, so we're now moving into the top 4. In 4th place, I predicted Man United. They actually came 2nd, so I was wrong by 2 places. They did make top 4, but I completely underestimated, Mason Greenwood. What a great young player he is for Manchester United, and Cavani. Great signing for them as well. If they can improve in defence next season, I can see them being in the title challenge. But for now, I'm quite happy with predicting 4th. A very good season for Manchester United, and let's see what they do in the summer. In 3rd place, I predicted Chelsea. I was wrong by 1 place. They actually finished 4th. Had they beaten Villa on the last day, I would have been correct. I was absolutely fuming with Chelsea for fucking up my predictions. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh God, really? But I have to say, Werner has been a complete flop. I predicted Werner to do very well. I predicted Havertz to do very well. Havertz is starting to come into good form for Chelsea right now. So, can he continue it into next season? Only time will tell. But Werner has really got to start producing. He's just not been good at all. He's missed probably the most chances of the Chelsea forwards, and that really does have to change. And you'd have thought Werner's a quality player, but it's just not worked out for him at the minute. But he's got another season to try and change that. In 2nd place, I put Manchester City. They actually won the league. So Liverpool are predicted 1st. So I got them wrong by 2 places. They actually came 3rd. So Manchester City, I had a feeling that they were going to come short to Liverpool, and obviously I was wrong with that. At one point in the season, City were like 10th in the table. You'd have thought, nah, they're not going to win the league. What happened after that was completely extraordinary. They won literally every other game, or if not a lot of their games, and they made up the ground and they won the league title with quite a few games to spare. It was literally extraordinary, and a great way for Sergio Aguero to bow out for Manchester City, who I actually just today has just signed for Barcelona, which is a great signing for Barcelona. I mean, I thought Aguero was going back to Argentina, but no, he's going to go to Barcelona for a couple of seasons, see what he can do there. And great signing. And Manchester City winning the league. Congratulations to them. They've been the best team. But my 1st place was a complete shocker, I have to admit. I had a feeling Liverpool would have gone back to back. A lot of people probably would have done that. But what has happened to them in the second half of the season? They lost 6 games at home in a row. And at one point they were like 8th. That's how bad it was getting. But somehow Klopp turned it around and they came 3rd on the last day. And guess who they fucking beat to do that? Us. Everybody seems to like to fucking beat us nowadays, but Liverpool coming 3rd was a huge shocker in my predictions. So I got 3 out of 20 teams correct in that predictions review. I hope to get a couple more right next season. Obviously, West Brom, Sheffield United and Fulham going down. Coming up will be Norwich, Watford and Brentford. Brentford will be a nice addition into the Premier League next season. So that's going to conclude today's Premier League predictions review. If you've enjoyed today's review, please make sure you leave a like, you subscribe to the channel, and if you're ready for some more FIFA 22 content coming very soon, please make sure you smash out a subscribe. But until then, take it easy.